It's difficult for me to address the gathering today who have showered love and affection to my father and today to the whole family in honoring him. And I didn't know what to say. But my daughter found an old speech that was my father at Harvard University in 1995 or 6. And I just thought I'll read out excerpts of the speech on this occasion. 4 months after he made this speech, it now forms the syllabus of the course called Society and Politics in India at Harvard University. The speech is too long. I don't think I have that much time, but let me start. Let me make an attempt. And in his words, his thoughts, his emotion at that time. Remember, 28 years ago. It was on the 7th of August, 1990, that I, as head of government, announced 27% reservation of federal government jobs throughout the country would be reserved for the backward classes. With this announcement, the Mandal Commission report, which was gathering dust for more than a decade, was finally implemented. On the day I implemented the Mandal Commission report, I told my close friends, and sir, your father was one of them, that this measure may not only cost our government, but also our lives. We have challenged the ultimate power structure, the social setup. We should be ready to burn away as heat shields so that the vehicle of social justice lands safely. And hell did break loose, for the media was singing a different tune till the previous day. I overnight became a scheming villain, a casteist, disruptive, and even anti-national. In one school, children were told, beware of VP Singh, he chews up children. Government buses were burnt, trains were attacked, public property was extensively damaged. Newspapers wet the minds of the upper caste on the fire. And in turn, some of them set themselves to fire, feeling everything was lost. It was a very saddening moment, for I have two sons of the same age as the boys who immolated themselves. I went on national hookup, appealed to the boys that even to fight me, you must live. But the upper strata of society was too wild with rage to listen to me, yet there was an unequally moving story in the other side. One morning, during those stormy days, a group of young boys belonging to the backward classes came to see me, and one of them, in an anguished voice, asked, "Sir, do we not belong to this country? Are we not the youth of this country?" I asked, "Why do you say so?" They said, "Every morning the newspapers give headlines that all youth of the country are against you. Do we not count? Are we born with gray hair because we are of a low caste? You gave us some hope through the implementation of Mandal Commission, but the rest of society reacted as if you have gifted away the whole country to some foreigners. Are we not the stones of this soil? Are we not the sons of this soil? It is not a question of whether we get 27% reservation, not the question whether we get 20% reservation or 30% or 3%, but the question does arise whether we have even 1% place in the hearts of the rest of society. Yet another set of boys belonging to the lowest caste, namely Dalits, came to me and said, "Sir, all those who are abusing you today are the ones who have abused us for 1,000 years. If you stand by us, you will also get your share of abuses." This was the voice of 85% of the country. And I will actually try and cut this as short as I possibly can, but there are some excerpts I did want you to read. I did want to read. He then goes on to say in his speech, "Democracy is just not a ballot box and a government. The saga of democracy is the saga of human dignity. The saga of, if one person's boot is the other person's head, wherein is democracy? If one is discriminated by birth, wherein is the equity? If we carry the hatred of 1,000 years in our hearts, wherein is fraternity?" The question arises how to tackle such a deeply entrenched cultural divide. Certainly, governmental action alone cannot do so. What is needed is that reservations within our hearts. The need for government reservations will then vanish. There is much to say, but given the time constraint, I'll just stop here and thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for giving my father such an honor, and our family shall never forget what you have done for us. Thank you, sir.